disco-rama.
Last time I tried that, I was
Singing it the wrong
The selection is Abilene. Come on. Once we start, we'll all feel better. A 1, a 2, and 3.
Prettiest town I've ever seen. Folks out there don't treat you mean. In Abilene, my Abilene. Well, you know I sit alone every night, watch the train roll out of sight. Don't I wish they were carrying me to Abilene, my Abilene. Crowded city, ain't nothing free. Ain't nothing in this crowd for me. I wish to my God that I could be in Abilene, my Abilene. Not in Abilene, no. My Abilene.
Something on your mind?
Grandpa, Matt doesn't want to play. He just wants to sit there and read. But I want to have fun with those balloons.
So what's the problem exactly? Reading can be fun.
Matt doesn't want to do what I wouldn't do.
Why should he? You're both different. Life would be awfully dull if everybody wanted to do the same thing. The trick is to do some things on your own that you want to, but you can still do things together. Now, take the men and women who worked on the railroad. They were all railroaders, but they were as different as night and day. This country is made up of people from all over the world. And a lot of them helped to build the railroads, canals, the roads, too. I remember one day when I was a young engineer on the Mount Cavalier line. A new fellow was working with me. He'd been born in Europe, and his parents brought him to this country when he was about your age. Mike was his name. He sort of kept to himself, didn't say much. And I was beginning to think he didn't like me or something. But the train was running smooth. The rails were shining in the sun. And we were passing through some beautiful country. And then we made that big turn. And there was Mount Cavalier. Green, green pine all the way to the snow. And the top of her, so white in the sun, so bright against the blue sky, you could hardly stand it. Mike turned and looked at me with a huge smile on his face. And he put his thumbs like that. And I knew he was all right. It turned out his English wasn't as good as he wanted it to be. And he was just shy of it. Mike and I became real good friends. Which just goes to show you can be different and still be great pals.
I like that story.
Yeah, well, I've been thinking about writing down all these stories. Maybe make a book of them.
That would be great. That way people could read them over and over again.
That's the whole idea. What, are you kidding with all this or what, huh?
Hi, Steamer.
Hey, Matt. I am trying to operate a high-class establishment here, you know? I mean, when people come in here, I want them to feel happy, optimistic. So they might say to each other, hey, darling, let us put some money in the jukebox, enjoy some music before the next train comes. But I mean, it looks like you're in jail or something, you know? I mean, that makes a bad impression, Matt.
Tony keeps asking me to play with her, but I just want to read my book. So I built this to be by myself.
Oh. Hey, I hear you, Madman. I hear you. So, you and Tanya had a little tiff, huh? Hey, let me tell you what always works for me. Play stupid. You know, pretend like you don't know what she's so upset about. I'm telling you, it drives the girls crazy.
I don't want to drive anybody crazy.
Hey, you want to win the fight, don't you? Okay, so pretend you don't know what she's so upset about. I'm telling you, Matt, take it from somebody who knows. Act stupid.
Sometimes Thomas and his friends disagree. Don't you remember the race Thomas and Bertie had? Who could forget it? I certainly can't.
I don't know that story.
Splendid. Then you can't forget it either.
That doesn't make sense.
You really have to know something before you can forget it, right? So if you never knew it, you can't forget it. Now that means the people who have forgotten the most are the people who knew the most in the first place. Therefore, the people with the worst memories in the world are actually the smartest people in the world. Well, where was I? I've completely forgotten.
Thomas and Bertie.
Oh, yes. They met in the spring. By the way, does Tanya know this story?
I don't think so.
Splendid. And she can't forget it either. Just look how much you two have in common. Anyway, Thomas met Bertie in the spring. Thomas was waiting at a junction when a bus arrived. Hello, said Thomas. Who are you? I'm Bertie. Who are you? I'm Thomas. I run this branch line. So you're Thomas, eh? I remember now. You got stuck in the snow. I took your passengers, and Terence the tractor pulled you out. I've come to help you with your passengers today. Help me, said Thomas. I can go faster than you. You can't, said Bertie. I can, huffed Thomas. I'll race you, said Bertie. The drivers agreed to the race going ahead. The station master said, are you ready? Go. Thomas never could go fast at first, and Bertie drew in front. Why don't you go fast? Why don't you go fast? Called Annie and Clarabelle. Wait and see, hissed Thomas. He's a long way ahead, they wailed. But Thomas didn't mind. He'd remembered the level crossing. There was Bertie, fuming at the gates, while they sailed gaily through. Goodbye, Bertie, called Thomas. After that, the road left the railway, so they couldn't see Bertie. Then they had to stop at the station to let off passengers. Pip, pip, pip! Quickly, please, called Thomas. And off they went again. Come along, sang Thomas. We're coming along, sang Annie and Clarabelle. Hurry, 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 panted Thomas. Then he looked ahead. There was Bertie tooting triumphantly on his horn. Oh, dearie me, groaned Thomas.